On this edition of Mustang News, we take you on an inside look at Wichita Falls' first Reptile Expo.
And we catch up with the men's tennis this week to see how their hard work has them chipping towards a near-perfect record.
Plus, we investigate one busy route on campus MSU commuters make daily to reveal several safety concerns between motorists and students. All this and more coming up.
Hello and welcome to a new edition of Mustang News. I'm Ava Washburn.
And I'm Trey Jones.
On a normal weekday, a majority of MSU students start their days by making the commute to campus to attend classes. For a lot of them, that means starting their day with a dangerous walk. We can all picture this because we've been there. Your alarm went off late and you scarfed breakfast down on the drive to campus. You finally park at the back of the lot and you start speed walking to class. But first, you gotta cross Taft Boulevard. You press the button to light the crosswalk and you set forth to your destination in a hurry, knowing you have the right of way. But what happens when the cars don't stop? This scenario is closer to reality than MSU officials would like. While no reports have yet been submitted to MSU police regarding crosswalk incidents, crossing on Taft Boulevard can be a dangerous game of guessing if the approaching cars will stop or not. I set out to investigate just how problematic this street can be during peak hours of the day, only to find issues that are ever present. I documented students pressing the crosswalk button and waiting for an opportunity to cross to no prevail, then finally crossing when traffic clears long enough to get there. I documented as some students ran across the street to dodge oncoming vehicles and those same vehicles not slowing down at all, much less coming to a halt at the crosswalk. I even put myself at risk crossing Taft Boulevard during lunchtime to see if cars would stop while being filmed. Upon pressing the crosswalk button, which illuminates the crosswalk in hopes of being more noticeable to moving vehicles, you can see it still took a minute before surrounding vehicles actually stopped for me to cross. Another problem I documented was students crossing at a considerable distance from any near crosswalk to shorten their walk to class. While the current crosswalk doesn't ensure safety, it is much safer to cross at the designated crosswalks rather than jaywalking. MSU Police Sergeant Joe Snyder says in order to make Taft Boulevard a safer place to cross, students need to also do their part in establishing these crosswalks.
I think that if more people would use it, it would develop a trend so that local motorists would be aware that that's where they would be seeing students. Sometimes what we see is students crossing further down the street where there is no crosswalk, and so your regular travelers that are there every morning in their car aren't sure where to expect the students to step off the curb.
Sergeant Snyder asked if there are any incidents for students to report the details to MSU Police immediately. Taft Boulevard is a shared space between motorists and students, so we must all do our part to look out for one another.
The feeling of New Orleans is in the air at Midwestern State University. MSU's University Programming Board brought a taste of New Orleans to Wichita Falls once again. Reporter Haley Aldridge has more.
University Programming Board is taking a tune from New Orleans by hosting their second annual Mardi Gras celebration at Midwestern State University. UPB member Jay Serla says the event was a good turnout.
This is my first year since I am a freshman, and so I think it was very interesting, but then as a member of UPB, I think that it was a really good turnout for it being late, and of course people sometimes being weird about coming to events at certain times. And so I think we did really, really well with what we did, I guess.
The event held a watch party for the film, The Princess and the Frog, and provided a photo booth as well as crafts for students to enjoy. Free food at the Mardi Gras celebration included chicken tenders, crawfish, potatoes, corn, and even a king cake with the tradition of whoever had the slice containing a plastic baby gets good luck. UPB Chair Dallas Wabbington says, all that the event offers is what attracted students to the event.
Yeah. Although some people, obviously came for just the food and then left afterwards, it was a pretty good turnout. I was expecting a lot of people to show up, obviously, because there's free food, there's a free movie, and there's free crafts going on, so that definitely would attract some people's attention.
Students interested in celebrating Mardi Gras in the fall should come to this event next year. There will be more activities to participate in, and of course, free food. Reporting for Mustang News, I'm Haley Aldridge.
For more information about the University Programming Board, go to their Instagram at MSU_UPB.
With students leading such busy lives, it's helpful to know how to lead a healthy lifestyle to keep students in peak condition. The Gunn College of Health Sciences and Human Services hosted the 18th Annual Community Health Fair in DL Legan Coliseum Friday, March 8th. Put prevention into practice is the theme for the event this year, as each booth focuses on prevention for different kinds of topics. Some of the topics included practicing healthy eating, personal hygiene, and fire safety. Along with the fair, there was also a blood drive set up. Texas Blood Institute is always looking for more donations, according to Kirsten Mostes.
Right now we are the lowest we have been with our blood supply in 9 years. The flu season and cold weather has really affected our supply. So right now it's very imperative that we get those boosted back up and replenish the supply that we've lost.
With the help of the fair, the student community is able to take better care of themselves and leads to a better environment for everyone. If you would like more information on how to lead a healthier life or how to donate blood, check out the Texas Blood Institute homepage.
And coming up after this break, we head on over to sports with our own Latoya Fondren to see how our MSU tennis and softball teams have performed this season.
You won't want to miss this.
Each path to success is a journey.
At MSU Texas, you can set yourself up for success while learning on your own terms. Faculty mentors, research opportunities, real-world experiences, and individual attention are just a few of the many advantages of an MSU Texas education.
Live, lead,
And learn in a vibrant, creative community.
make connections that will last a lifetime, and prepare for the careers of tomorrow, today.
Take the first step of your journey with MSU Texas.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. The MSU men's tennis team is returning to the postseason again with high expectations. To check in on their success so far, reporter Angel Torres has more on this story.
More than halfway through the season, the MSU men's tennis team is standing tall with a 10-2 record. With the ultimate goal of reaching the NCAA Division II championship, the Mustangs hope to maintain this hot start by working hard and keeping ahead of their opponents. Sophomore tennis player Shawn says it's important to keep momentum in games because it gives them an advantage.
I think it's really important when you get the momentum to keep going. You know, especially right now we're in the middle of the season, and we had some really big wins this semester, and that puts us in a position to where, like, when other teams come to play us, they're like kind of scared, and we're like the favorites on the court most of the time.
Last season, the Mustangs fell short of the championship by dropping in the quarterfinals of the tournament. It was a tough moment for the Mustangs, but they had used that momentum to propel them forward. All players and coaches continue to fix their mistakes and improve so they can make it to the championship and the big tournament. Senior tennis player Dillon Pineda says the team now knows what it takes to reach the championship.
We had we had a young team last year. I think we had like three freshmen started for us, and you know, we knew that we were talented going into the season, and it hurt last year to lose in the national quarterfinals to the eventual national champions. And so we've seen what that level looks like, and we know how to compete this year. And kind of grabbing good wins in the beginning of the season over top-ranked teams really helped us, really propelled us to kind of get through that hot start and kind of just keep momentum and keep going on to matches.
The Mustangs remain undefeated at home, and with 5 of the 10 remaining games at home, it's important for the Mustangs to capitalize. The Mustangs play St. Edwards on Friday, March 29th at the MSU Tennis Center. For Mustang News, I'm Angel Torres.
You can find out when the Mustangs play again by finding their schedule online at msumustangs.com/schedule. Heading over to the softball field, reporter Stephen Gomez catches up with the softball season and the plan for upcoming games with Tarleton State.
With the sun high in the sky and the wind blowing hard at the softball field, the team didn't waste any time preparing for Friday's game against Tarleton State. Even though they won over Texas Women's 2-1, there is only one goal in mind: victory over Tarleton State. Last year, Tarleton State beat MSU in all 3 games at the home field. Second baseman Dillon Inkman explains the plan the team has going into the games this year.
We're going in there planning to win all 3 games and just focusing on the pitching. You know, the first girl we'll see will throw pretty good, and just focusing on getting her dialed in and getting our hitting going, and then our pitching staff will do a great job, I'm sure, as well.
MSU's softball season this year is doing better than previous years so far, with 16 wins to 13 losses to date. The team plans to add 3 more wins to the season this Friday and weekend. While beating Tarleton State is the current goal, assistant softball coach Amanda Thomas explains the team's future goal is to make it into the Lone Star Conference tournament.
Compared to the past years, we're doing a little bit better. So we're really hoping to make it to that conference. We're sitting in the 7 hole right now. So got a little bit of work to do, but I know that they'll go through and push through it and hopefully make it to the conference tournament this year.
Currently, Tarleton State is above MSU in the conference standings. However, assistant coach Thomas goes on to explain that winning 3 or even 2 of the games against Tarleton State will help secure a spot in the tournament. For Mustang News, I'm Stephen Gomez.
Now, the team will face Tarleton State on Friday and this weekend at the Texans Softball Complex in Stephenville, Texas. Good luck, Mustangs. Though the end of the semester is drawing near, rec sports is amping up, one of those being pickleball. For those who aren't familiar with pickleball, pickleball is a paddle sport similar to the likes of tennis and badminton, where teams of 2 are tasked with hitting a wiffle ball over a net. Recreational sports are split up into 2 categories, leagues spanning multiple games and one-day tournaments for students to participate in without the long-term commitment. Assistant Director of the Wellness Center, Mike Richardson, encourages students to come to the Wellness Center and participate in many events being hosted.
While kickball, sand volleyball, pickleball, dodgeball coming up in April, we encourage everyone to come out, make teams, bring your friends, have a good time, and like I said, have a chance to win a shirt.
Officials in the Wellness Center say creating teams has closed, but those still looking to participate in already established teams are to do so through Mustang's link using the Cork application. Coming up after this break, we get up close and personal with a couple of critters. Stay with us.
Welcome back, Mustangs. Right before spring break, I had the chance to experience something I've never done and get up close and personal with some different creatures. I made the trip to downtown Wichita Falls to see a new kind of pet show. The Ray Clymer exhibit hall was packed on Saturday, March 9th as Herp's Exotic Reptile and Pet Show made its first trip to Wichita Falls. Hundreds of people from Texoma stopped by to see all of the exotic reptiles and birds that were on display. There were dozens of different species to look at, ranging from snakes, lizards, turtles, insects, and other exotic animals. People who attended were even able to hold some of the animals. Other times, the vendors let the animals hang around their booths. Visitors were able to purchase some of the animals that were on display, and there was a very large variety of them to choose from. Along with all of the animals on display and the ability to buy food for them, there was an educational show about birds of prey. Owner Shawn says although this was the first time the expo has made its visit to Wichita Falls, he is surprised at how many people came out for support.
We have so many vendors that travel, and we bring customers from all over the place. We have customers that have driven from like Tulsa just to come here, from Dallas-Fort Worth. It brings money into the economy. You got people staying in hotels, eating in the restaurants, going to all the places around here, seeing the sights. It brings an awareness of what Wichita Falls is, because a lot of these people are coming around like, where's Wichita Falls? Well, it's here, it's a big city, it's a metro area now, it's growing so much. And so to have something different like this, our vendors are telling people like, you have to come back. So every time we do a show, it's going to keep growing and growing and growing. It just puts money back into the community.
For more information on future Herps events, you can go to herpshow.net.
Many students cringe at the thought of uncertainty that comes from life after college. Some get deterred, others use it as motivation to do something great. With a story that can inspire anyone, reporter Rodrigo Morales has more.
Emerson Evans, a 28-year-old MSU Texas alum, has made strides to be his own boss. Emerson was a football player and business student during his time at MSU. Since leaving in 2015, he started multiple businesses in Wichita Falls. Most notably, he's working hard to officially get his Badman sweet, then spicy sauce dripping with success.
This is where it kind of all started for me, like business in general. I was a MSU business student, and I also took a minor in entrepreneurship.
Guess we're gonna go give out some free Batman sauce.
He figured what better market to gather feedback from than the bright college students of MSU.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Hey, there you go. Have one for free. No problem. And then the spice.
He received a lot of positive reviews from sampling out the sauce to various students in the Student Center. He hopes that Batman sauce will assimilate well into the Wichita Falls culture since he's already made headway into implementing it into several restaurants in Wichita Falls.
Is it spicy? Good.
It's not really spicy, but like you can kind of taste a little.
It's like
a little bit sweet too.
Yeah. Hey, look, he didn't want to be on camera.
That's good.
It's good? Okay, no doubt, man.
That's fire.
Yeah.
We plan to, make it grow bigger within Wichita Falls. I would love for my sauce to be walked around the campus and, used vigorously throughout the student body. We just gave a couple free samples out, and you had a couple good reviews, so I think it will fit in nice.
Reporting for Mustang News, this is Rodrigo Morales.
If you would like to try some of the Badman sauce for yourself, you can find them on Instagram or Facebook by searching their handle Badman_sauce.
It's great to see a fellow MSU student's hard work pay off after college. And that's going to do it for this edition of Mustang News.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MNG Media and like us on Facebook. Be sure to tune in next time for your campus news.